Hello everyone! Today we're going to make a fun little glam Halloween arrangement. This is the star of our show, which is this adorable little foam harlequin with sequins pumpkin. So this is really going to take up a lot of our real estate, and then we're just going to kind of fill in with a few little other elements. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking this little scrap stem that I have. This is foam. So I am just going to poke this into that pumpkin. And I kind of want to see where I want it. I want it sort of at a diagonal. Now I forgot to mention, I'm just using a small little wooden dough bowl. Use whatever container you have. This is one I have in my stash, so we're going to use it. I'm going to cut another little stem down and get it pushed up in here. Sometimes it can be a little tricky. There it goes. I may have to get a wooden skewer. That's usually what I use, but I had these little scraps and I thought, well, let's try it with those. Make it one more in there just for extra support. I'm just using an old floral bush that I've used the flowers. I just cut the flowers off and I'm left with these little nubs. Alright. It's pretty good. So I'm going to hit that with some glue and right up under the pumpkin. We're going to glue that. Trying to see where my thing is. There it is. Seeing where my little stick was. Alright, so we have our pumpkins slightly at a little diagonal. He's our star of our show. This is going to be pretty simple. Pretty simple design. We're doing a little Halloween glam with this one. Next I'm going to go in with this orange birch spray. And we're going to add a little bit of the leaves to this design. I'm going to go right up underneath. Just kind of bend my greenery. This greenery bends very nicely. Cut this one down shorter. And kind of get it tucked in back under here behind our, I may have to put a pick on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a pick on it. It's not wanting to go in where I want it. There we go. I may actually give this some height up here, kind of hug our pumpkin. I think I like that. So we'll kind of go up and then kind of down. Let's see if I want to add another one. Kind of like that. Let me hit that with some glue in there. Got one more little piece. Let's get it in the front. I'm going way up under that pumpkin. Okay, so we kind of got our base, kind of going up and then out. This is gonna be a fun little piece. Now let's go in. We're gonna bring in some of the black and white with this black and white plastic filler bush that we have. Now you guys don't snooze on this, we're almost out. This stuff has been flying off the shelves. I mean, flying off. So I think we're down to maybe 2 boxes left. So if you're wanting some of this, grab it. And hopefully it doesn't sell out by the time you see this video. These are little pushers, so I'm going to push these up. They don't push too far, but they got a little bit of a push to them. I brought 2 of them. We'll see if we need both of them. Okay, now I'm going to go in the center. Yes, I love that little pop of black and white in there. Ties in nicely with our little pumpkin. We may add some ribbon. I did bring a black ribbon. Can y'all believe out of all of the ribbon that I have, I must have used all of my black and white harlequin because I don't have a single roll of black and white harlequin. And I looked everywhere, which is odd. So I'm wondering if I'm missing it somewhere. But anyway, I don't have any that I can find. So we're just going to go in with a black sort of knitted ribbon. I think it'll look fine. I'm going to go right up here with this one. A little bit of a bend. Okay. I'm going to open one more. We may not use all of it, but I need a few more pieces. And if you don't have this pumpkin or you don't want to buy this pumpkin, just swap it out with any pumpkin. You guys are like me, you probably have, 2 dozen pumpkins in your stash. I don't know how many you have, but I'm working my way down. I tell myself every year, I'm not going to buy any more pumpkins. Don't buy any more pumpkins. You've got enough pumpkins. And then what I do, I end up buying more pumpkins. Okay. So we kind of have, you see that little spot right here? I'm thinking maybe I put the bow right there. So I brought this, just this little knitted ribbon. We do have this in stock. So it's just a little black glittery knitted ribbon. I'm thinking we can put a bow right in there. I'm just going to make a little simple bow. Maybe we'll do 3. I love to do 3 loops on arrangements. Don't ask me why. It's just my thing. I just like them. So I think we'll just do 3 little loops. Let me make this one a little bit bigger. We can kind of tuck it in there. That's cute. Cute, cute. Oh, let me twist my ribbon. Let me see if I have a black pipe cleaner, y'all. I think I've looked before and I don't. I need to restock my pipe cleaner. Do not. I have a brown. Guess we'll use it. Won't really see it much. It's going to get hidden. All right. So let me get this twisted, and then I'm going to put this on a pick. We are going to get that snugged in there. I just used my metal pick. I didn't grab one of my wooden picks. I think we can get it in there with this little metal pick. All right. Let me shape it just a little bit. Figure out how I want my tails. All right. I'm gonna just cut mine at an angle. Cut my tails at an angle. See our little tuck in bow there. we still have things we're going to add, some little fillers, so. But that kind of fills in our little spot right there nicely. All right, so I brought a couple things. We have some black glittery rosemary, which we may use, although this is looking nice and pretty full. Then I have this orange filler bush, and it has this little black eucalyptus, so I like that. So I think we're going to for sure add some of this. And then if we want to take it up a notch, make it a little more whimsy and spooky, still glam though, we can add these fun little eyeball sprays, which I think we're going to do. Because, I mean, we're doing Halloween, right? It's a glam Halloween, but it's still Halloween. So, not too spooky, but, you know, just a little. So, I want to get a couple of these little black eucalyptus pieces in here from this bush. This is 2 pieces I had left from a design that we did in our private designer circle group. I will show you that arrangement at the end. We would love to have you join us over there. We did a really pretty Thanksgiving tablescape and it turned out just beautiful. So this is some leftover pieces from that because we didn't use the black because obviously we were doing Thanksgiving and not Halloween. So there are a couple pieces of that left. Now let's go ahead and get this one open. We may not use all of this, but we're definitely going to use the little black pieces. So let me get those out. Okay, I think I'm going to take this little small one and we're going to come close to the bow. I may have to put it on a pick. Nope, there it goes. Okay, let me get this taller piece. Kind of in the back here. I think I'm going to put a pick on it. Just so I can get it a little bit more where I want it. Okay, and let's get one right over here. Super fun. Super fun. All right. Now let's maybe add a couple of these little flowers in here. I think I'm going to get a couple of these little wispy pieces and maybe like a little pom-pom. Just kind of pick it all together. Let's do that again. Go right back there by our little bow. I don't know if I'm going to use the berries in here, but I'm definitely going to get these little bits in here. May save the berries for another fall arrangement. I've got one more little cluster of these pom-poms. And then let's get this last little orange bit here and pick it. Oh, I dropped a pom-pom down there. maybe we can get it tucked in by our bow. The thing when the stems are so small like this, it's hard to get them off. They just want to come right off the pick. So you almost have to wire it. I mean, not wire it, tape it. There we go. Get it up on that stem. I think I grabbed my old floral tape. It's not quite as sticky. Alright, let's see if we can get this piece closer to our bow. Kind of by that black eucalyptus we added. There we go. Cute. So you guys could stop here. If you don't want to add I'm going to save the rest of this bush for like a fall arrangement. You could stop here, but we're going to add in, I think, these little fun little eyeballs. And then maybe a few little black glittery rosemaries. But if you wanted to keep it like not so glittery, you could just leave it like this. But our pumpkin is glam. He's got bling on it. And he's got glitter on his little top piece, whatever you call that thing. So, we're going to add some glitter. And some eyeballs. Just because why not? So I'm going to get this one right in there. Isn't that cute? But again, that's optional. I'll put one back here. Alright, let me put the stem down. Trying to make sure I can see my thumb. There we go. Cutie patootie. Look at that. Just a couple of eyeballs. Now, let's get at least one of these. I probably only use one. Can you believe that? I'm only using one of something. That like never happens. Let's cut this up and let's get a few little glittery pieces in here. Now this is not a pusher, so we may have to cut them in half if they're too long for what we're looking for. Okay, let me see where I want this. Kind of got a hole right here. I'm going to push that in there pretty good. And if you don't want the, like I said, if you don't want the glittery, just leave it out. You can fill it in more. We have, you know, still some of this because I opened two. You could just add a little bit more of that in there if you're still seeing some holes. Now this one, I think I am going to cut. I am going to cut up. So I'm going to cut these in half. So that I don't have such a huge cluster. Okay, let me take this other little piece. I'm going to go up under the pumpkin. We don't want our little mechanic to show under there. And so we're just going to tuck it right down under that pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to cut this one in half as well. Go right next to our bow. I'm going to take the other piece and go underneath. I want to incorporate not just on the top, we also want to get underneath and on the bottom, just so it's kind of blended all in our arrangement. There we go. I think I want to add a piece of this white underneath our bow, or the white and black bush. I think I want to get a piece under here. I just didn't want there to be like a void under our bow, like we just skipped that step, you know. So I'm going to add another little piece of this black glitter right underneath that bow, and that should fill in that little section pretty good. I'm just continuing to go around with this rosemary here. Okay, I'm going to open up another one because I need a couple more pieces. Now, if you don't want to buy two, you just want to buy one, just space it out a little differently, and you can make it work. Okay, I've pretty much gone around the outside. I think I want to add another piece more up close to the pumpkin. There we go. I like it. I think we're about done. I probably should have left my tails a little longer, just hindsight, y'all. Because by the time we got all this stuff in here, I do that all the time. I cut my tails before I finish my design. And I need to wait. Because once you get your greenery and stuff, sometimes your tails get lost in there. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but they could have been a hair longer. Okay, I think I'm going to get one more piece of this glitter. Maybe go, not quite, let me cut it in half. And go in our bow. Okay, y'all, I think we're pretty much done. I will take a picture and just see if there's anything. I almost think this eyeball needs to come up just a hair. Needs a little bit more height on it. So I'm going to put a pick. I cut it a little too short because we kind of went, you know, higher on this side. I feel like our little eyeball needs to come up just a hair. So I just raised it up just a little bit. It's our fun little sort of Halloween Glam Pumpkin little centerpiece. I think it turned out cute. I'm going to get some pictures. If I see any little spots that look a little wonky or need a little extra love, we have some of our black rosemary left, and then some of this black and white left that I can add if we need to. I still feel like we need a piece of white underneath this bow. Let me see. I'm not going to glue it. I'm just going to put it in there. I almost want just one little piece and not a huge bush of it. So let me cut it. There we go. I think that's better. Just added a little dab of that white right there, just a little bit. All right, y'all. Well, that is our tutorial for today. Fun little glam Halloween pumpkin arrangement. I think it turned out super cute. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have not already subscribed, we would love to have you subscribe. Hit that little notification bell and you'll be notified every time we have new tutorials. Let me show you what we made over in our designer circle group. Okay, y'all. So this is the tablescape Thanksgiving table arrangement that we made over in our designer circle group. I think it turned out beautifully. So this is this week's tutorial in the group. If you are interested in learning more elevated floral design and wreaths, we would love to have you in the group. We do simple projects as well, but typically they're going to be a little bit more elevated over there, a little bit more in-depth instruction. But we would love to have you in our designer circle group. You also get a really nice hefty 30% off discount on all the products. So if you use a lot of our products, it's almost worth it just for the discount. But we would love to have you. There's more information down in the description of this video, or you can simply go to tctcrafts.vip and you can get more information there as well. Okay, y'all. Until next time. Bye, y'all.